Hello and welcome back to my Mikey Chaos channel. I am Mike, and today's episode is going to be kind of a little different than last week's, where I just went about 15 minutes on the Jack Eichel topic. I do want to touch a little bit on that, but there are a couple things I want to talk about today. First thing I want to talk about is the Jack Eichel situation. A couple days after I uploaded, I believe it was Thursday or Friday, or at least a couple days after I recorded, because I recorded on Tuesday, uploaded Wednesday. Um, Apparently, we got teams interested in Jack Eichel, and the Sabres may have gotten an offer. I forget where I read that. I believe Bleacher Report, but I could be wrong. But it's interesting because I didn't know if any team would take a chance. I didn't know who held the cards, and apparently, teams will still want Eichel because I believe they said that Jack's medical records have been released to the team. So at least they could get a more detailed look at it and make a determination from there. Even though the Sabres aren't obligated to move him, I think at this point, if they can get teams interested and the medical reports look good, and teams are willing to take a chance on him having either the disc replacement or the spinal fusion surgery, um, I think that the medical records will be going a long way into helping moving him. And even though Jack's been a great player for the Sabres, I think it is best for him to move on because he basically is the product of what was a losing culture, and the losing culture continued while he was here. So why not take the time, get pieces back, and rebuild around Dahlin and Cousins? I think it is best if they can move him, and I'm going to change my position and say that somebody will take the chance on him if the medical records look good enough. May not get the greatest of returns, but you should still get something good if teams are willing to take a chance on him. Because if a team's willing to take a chance on him, they're willing to say that he is probably going to be healthy. So to me, that is a good thing, both for the Sabres and for Jack Eichel and his career. Next, I want to go to the Buffalo Bills because it was amazing watching them play Sunday night and beat the Kansas City Chiefs 38-20. Now, granted, the Kansas City defense is down a little bit this year, and the Chiefs are now 2-3, sitting at the bottom of the AFC West. But that team is still dangerous on offense. They still have Pat Mahomes as quarterback. They still have Tyreek Hill. They still have, for the most part, if he's not injured after the game, too badly injured, I should say, Edwards-Helaire at running back. I mean, they still have Pringle and Hardman as secondary options as receivers. So they're still a good team, but just for the Bills, even to beat a down Kansas City team, even if they're not going to take it as much more than, or anything more than, it's a normal win to them, it's still exciting for the fans to see them come back and beat one of the teams, not only that beat them during the regular season last year and in kind of convincing fashion, but the team that prevented them from going to the Super Bowl. So hopefully the Bills' momentum keeps up, and hopefully, as somebody put it on Twitter, that the Bills Mafia revenge train keeps going this Monday night in Nashville. Yes, they are playing the Titans on Monday Night Football, so hopefully Allen can keep up his good play. He actually was not the most accurate of passer, but I think the weather again had something to do with that. But when he had chances and when he was on, and it was amazing. He only attempted 25 passes and had over 300 yards. That's not a normal. That's not. Usually you need. Usually you'd see 30, 35, 40 passes for that. But you know what? It works. He was hitting good deep passes. Having a little bit of trouble short, but Kansas City's defense is not very, very good, but solid enough that they should be keeping the team in the games. So it was a nice win. Glad to see it. Glad Bills fans are happy. Glad the Bills are 4-1 right now, with a chance to go into the bye week 5-1. I think the Bills are a better team than Tennessee. I think Tennessee is mostly predicated around Derrick Henry, and he's going to be a tough one to stop, but I don't know how their passing game is going to work out because it sounds like they're without receivers, possibly without Jones. But yeah, the Bills are doing great. It's just nice to see, and let's just hope it keeps going. Um, Next thing I'm going to touch on is another football thing related. This was where I wish I had the program set up. I'm having a little bit of problems with my computer right now, so I'm recording in OBS. But there's a video going around of a football player, looks to be youth or high school, maybe older youth or high school, and I'm not sure the circumstances behind it, but he comes up, he gets hit by a double team of players, gets knocked down, gets back up, gets hit by another double team, gets knocked down, gets back up, and gets drilled again for the third time. Now, I played football. I played high school football. I played youth football. I played junior college football. I played for a total of 6 years. And this drill, if it's a drill, I don't know what the purpose of it is. I don't know if it's punishment. And if it is punishment, that's a very dangerous way to punish a player. I don't know if it's something for just getting a player tough. If that's the case, that's not a good way to do it. When I played, my last season playing was 2000. My junior college year was 2000. Even then, we weren't doing stupid stuff like that. There were a lot of drills we did when I was younger that you could prove your toughness but they had merit. I mean, there were one-on-one blocking drills. Okay, that was one-on-one blocking drills where you're going to dominate and you're going to win. You're just trying to basically win a battle. And maybe a little more than a drill, but you're trying to win a battle. But it is toughness. There's 2-on-1s, like taking on double team blocks. There's 1-on-1s where you're trying to tackle the ball carrier. There was also a drill we did when I was a kid called Meet Me in the Middle. This one was mostly a youth drill where you had two lines, and one end of one line and the other end of the other line went around the back of the outside line, re-entered the tunnel made by the players, and collided in the middle. And now, that doesn't seem like it would be the greatest of drills, and maybe it's not, but at least it's one-on-one. Two, you do have a lot of times where you have to be able to go out and hit somebody that's moving and take angles and stuff like that. So you need to get ready for that full speed impact. This 2-on-1 drill, at best case, you can say maybe the player had fear or something of going through the wedge as a kickoff coverage. That may be the best case of what you can come up with that, but I don't think that's the case. I really don't. I think it was just a stupid drill. It was poorly executed. There was no purpose to it. And with all we know about head injuries and injuries in general in football, it's a stupid drill. I would not, if I had a kid, if I had a son, if I had a relative playing football, I would not be letting the coach get away with a drill like that because it is absolutely stupid and pointless. And those people who are calling out Kirk Herbstreit for being against the drill, you're idiots. I don't care what you did back in the 70s. I don't care what you did back in the 60s or 70s to prove how tough you were or anything. Football is not just toughness. There's also an intelligence factor. You do have to learn a playbook. So it's not just going around banging heads and all that. You have to be smart about doing it. And one of the players looked like he led in with his head. So that could be a potential neck injury waiting to happen. You don't want to put players in situations where they are prone to injury. It is not a good situation. It's not a good look. It's not a good anything. So, stupid drill. Bad idea. As a former player, former offensive lineman, I'm floored at how anybody thought that drill was a good idea. I really am. And lastly, I got a couple quick things I want to go over, which are a lot better news. First thing is congratulations to Kelsey Araujo, former FC Buffalo women's star attacker. She's playing in Le Havre in France, Division 2. And I know at least recently she scored a goal. I'm having a hard time finding stats for her, but it looks like she scored a couple times in 5 team matches at least for them. So it's good to hear that she's off to a good start in her career in France, because she definitely was a star player here in FC Buffalo. And it's nice to see that she's having success on another level. So congratulations to Kelsey, because you definitely earned it. You were definitely one of the players out in FC Buffalo, and I think this applies to all of them. But you are a very skilled player, very fast, and your game. I'm glad to see your game is transferring everywhere, and it was great to be able to cover you for the one to be the color commentator the one season you were here in Buffalo. Um, Second, not as great, but it's still fun because being a Buffalo sports fan and being a hockey fan, the Buffalo Sabres are starting up Thursday against the Montreal Canadiens, and even though I don't expect the Sabres to be good this year, I do expect them to be fun, and we do talk about this on our most recent podcast, but I expect them to be fun. I hope it's a growing year. And the way they were starting to grow under Granato, I do think it is going to be a growing year. I think they're a couple pieces away. That's what trading Jack is going to do. It's going to get them a couple pieces, and hopefully it's just a growing year where they put themselves in good position for 2022-23 and beyond. And lastly, also because I'm a hockey fan, the Buffalo Buttes season will be starting up, so you will be seeing me on, if they're on Twitch, and I hope they are again, you will be seeing me on their streams. Maybe not in an active role, but in the chat. Definitely. My username on Twitch is Chaos Mikey, so you can see down below, a little right off under my logo, just backwards of my name here because Mikey Chaos was taken. But you will see me in the chat definitely. If you haven't heard, the NWHL changed their name to the PHF, Premier Hockey Federation, and I look forward to this change as I just believe that it's a good thing that the league is carrying on, even if under a different name. They do not have any more expansion teams this year, so they will still be the six teams in the league. Hopefully they don't have a problem with Toronto traveling to road games or teams traveling to Toronto to play games. But I am glad to see that the PHF season is supposed to be starting up in a few weeks. That's really all for today. It's just kind of a bunch of quick hit stuff. I am working on a bigger project. I am working on getting a new program where I can put together videos better. I am looking to upgrade my computer capability. I'm looking to upgrade on all this stuff so I can produce better content. I do have a couple longer form and project things in the works. So that is all for today. If you like what you see, now keep going. I do plan on uploading on Wednesdays, continuing to upload on Wednesdays, work on my craft. And that's all for today. I will see you later. Bye.